What is really stopping you right now? Pause, don't answer fast. Is it exhaustion or is it avoidance? Is it lack of sleep or lack of hunger? Is it money or the fear of responsibility that money demands? Is it time or is it the comfort of wasting it? Let me ask you a harder question. If excuses were illegal, where would your life be today? Because excuses don't sound convincing to the world. They only sound convincing to the person inventing them. And that is the most dangerous lie of all, the lie you repeat to yourself. Stop apologizing for your own potential. Stop explaining why you didn't try. Stop building pity parades and inviting people to clap for your pain. You don't need sympathy. You need standards. No one owes you understanding. No one owes you opportunity. No one owes you a shortcut. And if one day you see me living freely, winning loudly, walking confidently, do not call it luck. Do not call it privilege. Do not call it timing. Call it work. Because nothing was handed to me. Nothing was gifted. Nothing was borrowed. Everything was earned. Now listen carefully, because this is where weak thinking collapses. You are not tired. You are undisciplined. You are not unlucky. You are unprepared. You are not stuck. You are hesitating. And hesitation is silent self-destruction. Wake up. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not when conditions improve. Wake up now. There is a beast inside you that has been silenced by comfort. There is a force inside you that has been numbed by distraction. There is a leader inside you that has been postponed by fear. And fear only survives where action is absent. This is not a motivational speech. This is a confrontation. You live in a time with access previous generations would have died for. Information, technology, connections, tools. So if your life is still small, the problem is not the environment. The problem is execution. You don't like your life. Change it. You don't like your income. Upgrade yourself. You don't like your position. Outwork it. No one is coming. And before we go any further, hit the like button if this is hitting you where it hurts. Subscribe if you are done playing small. Share this video with someone who keeps making excuses. And comment one word, discipline. Because saying it publicly makes it real. What is stopping you right now? Be honest. Is it exhaustion or is it avoidance? Is it lack of sleep or lack of discipline? Is it time, money, energy, opportunity? Or is it fear wearing a familiar mask? Ask yourself this question slowly, because your answer reveals more than you want to admit. The greatest enemy you will ever face is not the world, not circumstances, not other people. It is the voice inside you that keeps negotiating with your potential. That voice whispers excuses and calls them reasons. It tells you tomorrow will be easier, next week will be better, someday will be different. But someday is a lie and tomorrow is a thief. Excuses sound intelligent only to the person creating them. To life, they are irrelevant. To success, they are invisible. To progress, they are poison. The moment you start explaining why you cannot, you sign a contract with mediocrity, and that contract renews itself every day you delay action. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop inviting people to your pity parade. Stop rehearsing stories about how hard your life has been, as if pain alone qualifies you for reward. Pain is common. Discipline is rare. Struggle is ordinary. Commitment is exceptional. If you ever see someone living freely, traveling boldly, winning consistently, do not envy them. Do not assume they were lucky. Assume they paid a price you were unwilling to pay. Nobody hands greatness to anyone. It is claimed through repetition, sacrifice, and obedience to principle. The world does not reward intention. It rewards execution. Wake up, not tomorrow, now. Awaken the dormant force inside you that knows you were meant for more. This is not rehearsal. This is the arena. You live in a time of unprecedented access. Information is available, skills can be learned, tools are everywhere, opportunities exist in every direction. And yet most people remain stagnant, not because they lack resources, but because they lack resolve. If your environment frustrates you, change your behavior. If your results disappoint you, change your habits. If your life feels small, stop living cautiously. No one is coming to rescue you. Responsibility is not a burden, it is power. Recognize this truth. Excuses are manufactured, they are not facts. They are stories created to protect comfort, and comfort is the enemy of growth. You already have more time than you admit. You already have more ability than you use. You already have more support than you acknowledge. What you lack is not capacity, but consistency. And consistency is a decision, not a feeling. Everything worthwhile begins with resistance. Every meaningful reward is guarded by difficulty. If it were easy, it would be crowded. Nothing of value falls into your lap. Nothing extraordinary arrives without demand. Growth requires pressure. Strength requires strain. Confidence requires proof. And proof only comes from action. This is the law. This is your moment, not later, not after you feel ready. Readiness follows action, not the other way around. This is your chance to decide who you will be. Today, right now, stand up, move, commit. If this message is striking something inside you, do not ignore it. Like this video. Subscribe to this channel. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below with one word describing the person you are becoming. Then get back to work. Your future is watching what you do next. Let me ask you something that most people are afraid to confront. How long are you planning to live beneath your capacity? How many more years will you tolerate knowing you could have done more, become more, lived more? Every day you delay, life is not waiting. It is recording. It is measuring. It is responding to the version of you that shows up consistently, not the version you talk about, not the version you imagine late at night, the version you prove through action. The world does not respond to words. It responds to patterns. If your days are repetitive, your future will be predictable. If your habits are weak, your outcomes will be small. There is no mystery here. There is no injustice. There is only alignment or misalignment with law. You cannot violate discipline and expect success to overlook it. You cannot negotiate with effort and demand excellence in return. Life is exact. It gives back precisely what you demonstrate you deserve through behavior. Ask yourself this without flinching. What do your daily actions say about your priorities? Do they say hunger or hesitation? Do they say commitment or comfort? Do they say leadership or excuse? Because the truth is brutal but freeing. You do not get what you want. You get what you tolerate. And every time you tolerate laziness, distraction, or fear, you train your mind to accept less as normal. You say you want change, but do you want it badly enough to be uncomfortable? Do you want it enough to be misunderstood? Enough to be lonely for a season? Enough to say no when others say relax? Enough to keep going when there is no applause, no validation, no visible reward? Because this is where most people quit. Not when it is impossible, but when it is inconvenient. Understand this clearly. Motivation is unreliable. Feelings are temporary. Discipline is permanent. The men and women who rise are not superhuman. They are self-governed. They do not wait to feel inspired. They act because they decided who they are. Identity precedes performance. When you decide that quitting is no longer an option, the mind finds solutions instead of exits. You must stop romanticizing comfort. Comfort dulls ambition. Comfort numbs urgency. Comfort whispers that tomorrow is guaranteed. It is not. The clock is not your enemy, but it is not your friend either. Time rewards speed of decision. Delay is expensive. Procrastination compounds regret. Action compounds confidence. You are not here to survive. You are here to build, to rise, to dominate your limitations, to leave evidence that you were here and that you mattered. Your excuses do not impress destiny. Your struggle does not entitle you to reward. Only disciplined execution earns respect from life. If this message is pressing against you, that is not pressure. That is potential demanding expression. Do not ignore it. Engage with it. Like this video if you are done making excuses. Subscribe if you are committed to growth. Share this message with someone who needs accountability. Comment below with one habit you are ending today. Then prove it with action. Because knowing is nothing, doing is everything, and your next move decides who you become. Now listen carefully, because this is where separation begins. This is where talkers stop and builders continue. Most people admire discipline but refuse to practice it. They celebrate winners but avoid the habits that create them. They want the result without respecting the process. The contradiction is the reason their lives stay average. Law does not reward admiration, it rewards alignment. You do not rise by accident, you rise by decision, a decision so firm that it reshapes how you think, how you speak, and how you move. Once that decision is made, excuses lose authority, fatigue loses control, fear loses its voice, because when purpose is clear, resistance becomes irrelevant. Ask yourself this question honestly. Who are you becoming through your daily routines? Not who do you claim to be, not who do you hope to be, but who are you becoming through repetition? Character is not revealed in big moments. It is built in small ones, in the moments when no one is watching, in the choices you make when quitting would be easy and discipline would be inconvenient. The world respects consistency more than intensity. Anyone can be intense for a day, few can be consistent for a decade. That is why discipline always outperforms motivation. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you unstoppable. Discipline is the ability to execute without negotiation, to move forward even when emotion disagrees, to honor commitments even when comfort tempts retreat. Understand this. Every habit is a vote for the person you are becoming. Every time you wake up early, you vote for strength. Every time you delay action, you vote for weakness. Every time you choose effort over excuse, you are casting a vote for leadership, and life tallies those votes with perfect accuracy. Stop asking how long it will take. Stop asking when it will get easier. Stop asking if it is worth it. Those questions belong to the undecided. The committed ask only one thing: what must I do today to move forward? That focus removes confusion. That focus creates momentum. That focus builds inevitability. You were not designed to blend in. You were designed to stand firm, to be reliable under pressure, to be calm in chaos, to be disciplined when others drift. That is how influence is earned. That is how respect is built. Not through noise, not through attention-seeking, but through quiet, relentless execution. If you feel resistance right now, that is proof you are touching truth. Resistance appears only when growth is near. Weak men run from it. Strong men lean into it. Decide which one you are. Decide now, not tomorrow, not next week. Now. If this message has reached you, do not let it pass without action. Like this video as a signal to yourself that you are done drifting. Subscribe because this path requires constant reinforcement. Share this with someone who needs discipline more than comfort. Comment below with one action you are committing to today. Then do it. Because clarity without action is delusion, and action is the only language life understands.